information on the 51-day siege continues to surface. Some Austinites packed up their tools today and headed north up I-35 towards Waco. Their mission is to build a church on the grounds of Mount Carmel. Lisa Hanna has the story.
There'll be 2 blue.
After just a week of planning, dozens of volunteers from across the state gathered at Mount Carmel to build a church. It's a project that was started by Austin radio talk show host Alex Jones.
We're going to build this church back. I've talked to surviving branch Davidians, and they concur with my idea to have it a church and at the same time a memorial and a museum for what happened right here on this very ground in 1993.
It's called the Phoenix Project, a church that will rise from the ashes of the Branch Davidian compound.
I think it's important that we have a place to worship again after our church was destroyed.
Volunteers are doing all the work. Volunteers such as Austin contractor Mike Hansen.
We just think it's the right thing to do.
Jones says the 50 by 50 foot church is more than just a building. He says it's a symbol of what happened here more than 6 years ago. Jones calls it an attack on religious freedom.
Today's effort was organized by syndicated radio talk show host Alex Jones. He says rebuilding the church will be a statewide effort.
And so now a large group of people here in Austin, we're going to be met by others in Waco and Temple and surrounding areas in Central Texas, are all going to travel to Mount Carmel, the site of the fiery conflagration in 1993, to rebuild the church sanctuary area of the Mount Carmel complex.
Now the church is expected to be completed in about 3 months.
We're just thankful to God that there are certain people in this country that still got a spirit of assistance and wanting to do, something to show their sympathy and their concern for what happened here, and we appreciate it.
Plans call for the new site to hold a new 30 by 40 foot white frame church. It's expected to be completed in 2 to 3 months.
Tonight's news, a scene of mass destruction becomes a foundation for a new beginning. Good evening, I'm Kim Barnes.
And I'm Phil Scott. Austin volunteers are rebuilding a chapel on the site of the Branch Davidian compound near Waco. The compound burned down in 1993 after a 51-day standoff between Davidians and federal agents. Davidian leader David Koresh and about 80 followers died. KV24's Joel Thomas reports on the new plans for the property.
I've known the Branch Davidians a long time, and I think they're good, God-fearing people. I think they were demonized.
Raise your hand if you need to have instructions.
Most are galvanized by the thought the federal government murdered the Davidians. They videotape deputies who've come to hurry them along. They don't trust law enforcement anymore, or the media. With donated materials and labor,
take exit number 339.
They receive directions and head to ground zero.
We're going to rebuild it!
Waco. At the Davidian compound, the work begins even as the convoy pulls in.
Still have the stadium seating in here.
Plans are for a modest chapel.
They're in the process of digging these holes right now. We anticipate at least 3 months for the construction process.
They build on the very site where America saw a shootout.
I think it's sad that a lot of people don't really care, what happened here.
Seeing the battered rubble here staggers even those who've studied the standoff. As they reflect on what happens, there's a sense even students of Waco don't know the entire message.
It's not the same. I want to live here, but I need a trailer to do it, and I don't have the money.
You would come back out here and live
You
like that?
bet I would in a wink.
Watson walks in a memorial grove, each withered tree planted for someone who died here. There is still a lonely vigil for David Koresh's return, a lonely feeling no one from outside of the compound can ever understand.
I'll tell you, when helicopters come after you, and you see them, and you hear them, and you know what they're doing, that's an entirely different story.
Even so, one of the workers who drove here from Austin says he feels like he's building a future tourist stop, a sort of Alamo for the Branch Davidians. But one of the Branch Davidians who is here tells me that's okay. After all, he says the only chapel they really need is in heaven. In Waco, Joel Thomas, KVU 24 News.
All right. Good morning, Mike.
Don't get me.
I got you already.
We told everybody to meet us over there in the chaos van's running around at Capitol Plaza. So do we all want to go over there and sit in that parking lot?
I said McDonald's hundreds of times. Let me drive over there. I'll just drive.
Hi, Alex.
I'll bring him over here.
All right. The early people. He's with Channel 8. And he's with Channel 42.
We're at Capitol Plaza. That's Capitol Plaza. Well, as you can see, it's about 10 after 7. By 7:30, we'll probably have about twice as number of people. Good patriots standing up against this massive witch hunt that was conducted unsuccessfully, I might add, in 1993. What we're witnessing is a large group of Americans, Texans, here attempting to go to Waco.
Hey, I'm being told not to film, and I wasn't doing. What are you saying? Freedom of the press. Yeah. She came over here and said I couldn't film. I couldn't film.
She just wanted us to feel the love.
I'm sorry, bud.
That's all right. Here today.
I'm sorry. It's just we're used to this. What you're seeing is a group of Texas Americans standing up against the police state, standing up against what happened to the Branch Davidians who were demonized back in 1993, the basic cover-up of the federal government. And we're now witnessing the media and many others finally realizing that we've all been lied to, we've all been conned. The Branch Davidians have never changed their story, they've always told the truth, and that's been borne out in the past 6 years. And so now a large group of people here in Austin, we're going to be met by others in Waco and Temple and surrounding areas in Central Texas, are all going to travel to Mount Carmel, the site of the fiery conflagration in 1993, to rebuild the church sanctuary area of the Mount Carmel complex.
What exactly happened there in 1993? If you could just give it to me, if you could analyze it for me.
What happened in 1993 was basically the BATF wanted to get their funding increased. They were out there with 4 cameras. They had a 100-man assault team that went in and basically opened fire first. They were going there wanting blood. They only had an arrest warrant for David Koresh, and they could have picked him up any time in town, but they didn't choose to do that. They sent in a 100-man assault force, and opened fire. Helicopter gunships came in. And this is something that really hasn't been told, but we have the video evidence of it actually happening. And then 51 days later, after psychological warfare and basic torture, and when people would try to leave, they would have flashbang grenades thrown at them. Now the Texas Ranger report shows this. They were basically contained. The Army Special Operations Delta Force was sent in with the FBI's hostage rescue teams, and from the internal Delta Force memos that have now been confirmed to be real via the Freedom of Information Act, it showed that they discussed in the memos violence of action, basic arrest situation, not a hostage situation. They went in there to basically, according to the Dallas Morning News, take them out. And in Special Forces terms, and most people know what take them out means, but that's a Special Forces term, it means kill them.
What exactly are you going to do today? What exactly, how much are you going to get done today is what I mean?
We're going, well, yesterday we were out there and we surveyed the area. We put stakes in the ground. We're basically going to dig the foundation. We're going to pour the foundation, and that's the most important stage of any building project. Then in the next few weeks we're going to move forward, start building the superstructure, and I would say within 2.5 to 3 months you'll have a fully functional sanctuary there for the surviving Branch Davidians and for a monument to what happened in 1993. With the police and the military all working in concert, attacking any group of people. It's horrible. And then to see them demonized, the way they were demonized, and all of that has been now disproven, is really a frightening trend in this country. In fact, it's reminiscent of Nazi Germany. And so we need to focus on that and have a historical perspective about how dangerous it is when you have these type relationships forming.
The news media fell for it big time, didn't they?
A lot of Americans fell for it. The news media was held back 2.5 miles. The only footage we got was a German news cam on a 24-foot platform on some ranch land from a far distance with a super zoom lens, and all we got was the very front. And incidentally, that probably saved Clive Doyle and David Thibodeau's lives, because the only people that survived were those that got out the front and side where the news cameras could actually get some footage. Everyone that was herded towards the back by the tanks that actually went inside died. And we now have the actual flare footage of the Delta Force and the hostage rescue teams shooting the people as they tried to exit.
Now, what do you folks need to complete this mission?
We need people to donate time and materials, and yes, if they want money, but we would prefer people just go buy the materials we need and then deliver them to central points as we're doing this morning. That's all we need is people's time and people's energy and people's heart, and we're going to be able to say to certain elements of the government, it's not the whole government, but certain elements of the government that would try to engage in a cover-up and a smear campaign, a witch hunt against American citizens. We would say to them that this is about standing up and saying the people of Central Texas, the people of America, are firmly against this type of behavior. Well, it's about freedom of religion and the free exercise thereof, and it's the Davidians have never changed their story, and the government has. And I've been studying it ever since it happened. And as time goes on, I begin to realize this was basically a witch hunt. It was about getting more funding for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. And what happened here was wrong. We've got an Air Force base over here. We've got a great observation tower over there. We've got a nice little undercover houses. They picked this place. It was a perfect area to basically ambush a group of innocent people and start initiating America into the modern police state.
Let's talk about today.
Sure.
Let the church decide that. Kind of how did you get everything organized here, and who brought this all together, and kind of what's the plan for it?
Well, for years coming to the remembrances, we've talked about trying to do something for the Davidians, but it was all talk. And finally, myself and Mike Hansen said, look, let's just do it. I think we can get people behind it. I think there's enough people in Central Texas that care and realize what happened was wrong. And so we put it together. In fact, we started announcing it last Monday, and here we are on Sunday as we said we would. And a lot of great people have shown up. More are on their way from Dallas and Fort Worth, and right here in Waco and Temple and Austin and all areas in between. And we're going to build this church back. I've talked to surviving Branch Davidians, and they concur with my idea to have it a church and at the same time a memorial and a museum for what happened right here on this very ground in 1993.
So is it safe to say that most of the people out here today are just people that are volunteers, or most of them are Davidians? How many?
I believe there's only 4 Davidians out here today, surviving Branch Davidians. Now these are just concerned citizens from here in Texas and from all across America. People were hearing about this and saying that they're going to come for at least part of the construction. So this is mainly a volunteer effort, Central Texans showing the world that, hey, we think what happened here was wrong. These people's constitutional rights were violated. They were stamped as criminals and paraded before the press and basically demonized. And I don't even blame the press for that. It was the government. They held the media back 2.5 miles and then engaged in their demonization program. And we're here to say, hey, enough is enough. We're not going to talk and argue about this anymore. We're here to support these people and support America. That's what America's about.
What's the time frame in terms of what you guys doing today and when?
Well, we have built another home for a veteran in Austin, Texas, Joe Campana, and we did that in 14 days, a city record, and that's fully furnished because the bulldozers were coming. They condemned his old home and the city wasn't going to help him. That took 14 days, but that was inside Austin in the metropolitan area. Since we are outside Waco and Belmead, I conservatively say 3 months, but probably within a month and a half to 2 months, you'll have a fully completed church. We need to complete it that fast to keep our momentum up and get the job done properly.
Now, as far as the land dispute goes, I mean, they said it's okay to go ahead and build on this.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Clive Doyle's paid the back taxes. Clive Doyle, as you see, lives here on the property in his mobile home, and regardless of what ends up happening with the land, and I've talked to attorneys and others, and it's even been in the Waco Tribune, that basically once a church is built here, it'll just be up to the trustees of the church who basically owns the property. So it's even more of an, let's say, affirming whose property this is, and it's this property belongs to the surviving Branch Davidians, and Clive Doyle's paid the back taxes. But regardless, we're building a memorial to what happened here, and I don't think anybody would ever want to tear it down. Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Could you address any legal ramifications or legal advantages that you would have building a church here rather than, say, any other kind of...
Well, I've talked to Well, I've talked to attorneys, and I've actually read some of the reports, some of the published reports. Clive Doyle's already positioned. He has a renowned attorney, former Attorney General Ramsey Clark. He's paid the taxes, and regardless of who gets this property, this place will always be basically a battlefield museum almost. People are going to be coming out here probably forever wanting to understand what happened here. And so basically that's why we're here. We want to put a mark on history saying the people of Central Texas and America said, no, this is wrong what happened here, and we're not going to believe the propaganda. We're not going to believe the lies, and hopefully by leading by example, the media and others that are finally starting to wake up to what happened will also join us in trying to heal some of the wounds. Thank you.
Oh. Okay, here he is with a shovel. Not yet. Not yet, just stand still.
Everybody's talking about these tear gas rounds. It's the 250, 40 millimeter high explosive rounds that we brought out here.
You know what shot that helicopter down? You know Mario. You remember Mario?
Yeah.
Well,
I love Miss Catherine. There she is. We're going to rebuild you a nice, beautiful church out here. There she is, Miss Sheila. How you doing?
Hi. How you doing? Proud of y'all. Oh, it's good. I'm glad. By the back wheel of that pickup truck.
Hey, you burn it, we rebuild it. Volunteers of America.
We're going to have grasshoppers for dinner. Does anybody need any sunscreen?
I'll scan it in. I'll go to 1 hour photo. Although there was a guy here earlier, he's got a digital camera, and he said he's going to email me some of his photos. And I figure once people see the activity, they'll be...
Come on, I got to fix it. And Steve Lane swinging it.
Yeah.
As he always does. He's been involved in so many projects now.
I don't know about how many, but...
No breeze at all, folks. There's Keith helping cut the steel with the steel cutter. Tying the steel.
Trying to.
Well, they're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
We got crime overtaking our cities. We got gangs taking over our streets. We keep handing out more and more welfare, though it never seems to meet their needs.
Stoop down, Alex. Stoop down.
I just make
Next summer, you won't have this.
Come on, son, sit down right here.
Get out of this.
How you shoot, son?
Everybody say Central Texas Resistance.
Freedom fighters. Got nothing that's on the paper.
I need Mike Hansen.
Why? Hi. I'm all messed up.
You mean they've got none of the materials we need? What about a Home Depot?
Oh, you mean, we had an accident about a year ago here.
Is that right?
Shredder.
Yeah? The shredder, huh?
Shredded my whole heel off.
Damn.
And I had to have it amputated 2 days later.
All the way to the knee?
Oh, no, about 8 inches below the knee.
Oh, okay.
But I was walking within 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Praise God.
Yes, sir. Well, you're a local, aren't you?
Yeah, I live here on Mount Carmel.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm a pastor here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That dairy barn back there is our chapel.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully it's going to cool off pretty soon. Got a lot of folks out here today, a lot of folks are still working hard, a lot harder than I have. You guys, make sure you don't have heat exhaustion. Drink lots of fluids. It feels good. Challenging the false reality. Not playing along with all their garbage. Put it in their face. Getting up off our butts. This is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is important. This is fantastic. God bless you all. We're going to build this thing.
Whoa. This man does it all.
Even the Lord will be in that number when we have reached that heavenly shore.
What are we doing? This is before the concrete?
You say something.
That's Jeff Davis digging.
Is that Jeff Davis digging?
Jeff Davis.
How long has he been out here digging? An hour now.
Oh, you got the pick.
Oh, get out of the way. Jeff Davis got the pick. He's blue-eyed, you know. One eye blue left, the other one blue right. Get used to it.
Clear that off.
Get out of the way, Keith. Let him swing.
Yeah, right there. Oh, I thought he had a hernia.
He does. He better stop. He ain't got no hernia. What'd you find?
Okay, this is to a 44 Magnum.
Yep.
And
you can tell. You know all about guns? Heck yeah, you're a great American kid, ain't you?
And this is to a 9mm.
That's a 9mm shell?
Uh-huh.
You got some bullets there.
308.
Same man that did Joe Campano's house.
Your individual care team, at least as it's moving, you can always get back in there and ship it up.
What's going on, Jimmy?
Hi.
Hold on just a minute.
I already got you on there going like that, looking so pretty.
Hello, Alex.
Hello, Jimmy. Just got done eating some great food that's
My
out
friends call me Pokey, like slow Pokey.
I know, Pokey. How's it going?
It's going.
I appreciate your help out here on this project. As you can see, we're ahead of schedule. Pouring all the cement with 60-something holes we've dug, all the spec. We got the engineer.
60 holes, all the spec.
Yep.
There's my dump truck over there.
Hi, Jim.
It is great. Great job.
That's my brother.
Great job, Ritter, for bringing all the concrete.
I'm saying hi to him. You're going to let him see it, aren't you?
Okay.
Hi, Jim. Collectors.
Are you hot? Hey, there's one of Gene's ex-girlfriends over there already.
That's all right.
Hold on, Alex. We done lost this.
Oh, I know.
It's the ones of us that ain't the exes that count.
February 8th. 8 black helicopters, buildings on fire. San Antonio. Where you guys from?
Cleveland, Fort Worth,
Yeah, call down, just ask the police department about the Delta Force and the bribery and how the police chief and the mayor had to throw them out. It's your loving Delta Force that was here. Your loving Army Special Operations.
But it's been 5 years, 6 years. How many years has it been?
So what? Six and a half years.
I mean, why take y'all so long to come up here?
Because there's been a big
That's what I just
issue
wanted-
going on the land.
Well, number one, for about, what, 3 years, they had barbed wire around it and the feds wouldn't let you in on it.
Well, that was
Yeah.
the fences. But no,
Yeah.
there's a land issue still pending, but it's almost there
Yeah, and Clive's paid the taxes on it.
for
Yeah.
the last 5 years.
We just move forward. It feels good to actually do something in my life, not just react to the media and all the rest of it. You know,
I don't think we're supposed to be here now, but we're here anyway.
Yeah, governments can stomp and kill people in other countries. They're not going to do it here. And next time they try it, they're going to be in for an unhappy surprise. Just that simple. I've confronted FBI and BATF out here right on this very ground.
That's right.
Out here spouting their propaganda. I'm just sick of it. They can blow up their federal buildings in Oklahoma City like Hitler burned the Reichstag. They can build their concentration camps. They can gear up for the fun they've got prepared for all of us. It's history of the world. From Rome to Babylon to Nazi Germany to Russia to China,
USA,
Indonesia. Yeah. See, people always doubt it because we're not taught the face of evil. We're never taught the face of evil. They always show us something else than what the person was really like or the system was truly like. You haven't noticed your military's merging with your police, basically? I don't know. We've had about 4 Marines out here that have gotten out or are still in. They're out training with foreign troops, put people in camps. Just find a young Marine who's in force recon with the elite forces, ask them about it. The whole doctrine's changed. And they got new uniforms, by the way. They're gray and black. Our Marines have urban warfare, and they wear SWAT team knee pads and stuff. Ready to rock, man. Ready to rock against the American people. It's all about.
And what was Delta Force doing out here serving a search warrant that they never brought with them?
Yeah.
I mean, since when does Delta Force serve?
Delta Force was here with them on the first day, and that's now been proven. But see, what you got to do is you got to go to the Texas Rangers website. It's Texas Rangers, far from kooks. They'll tell you about mines and explosives placed on top, 40mm exploding rounds, Delta Force running around and killing people with want and abandon. It's all there for everybody to read. So it's interesting. What are you guys, police or something?
No.
Oh.
No, man. Yeah, we look like police.
You guys do? No, we always like to talk to people.
No, I was interrogated like that was being interrogated by police.
Yeah.
The other thing
you're a pastor.
There's a lot
You're
of
a
talk
pastor.
about
What is
that.
pastor good for? Huh?
Who cares?
Yeah.
This was an
There's a lot of
education
talk about
in
who shot
itself.
first. The point is, I've talked to hundreds of Americans that say, well, are people like that really healthy for America? Who created your perceptions? Who with a scientifically crafted spin doctor campaign? And then are you strong enough to go back and look at the evidence or even spend the time? Go to the library. Go look at the information. Look at the data. Watch Waco, the rules of engagement. The FBI's own flare footage that was snuck out by a good FBI agent. There's footage of them gunning people down.
Yeah. But go back to day one.
Yeah.
That's the argument about who shot first.
Oh,
and
one of
the missing doors and which way did the bullets go through the doors.
Exploder here.
There's one of the witnesses, one of the ladies.
37mm.
Saw the helicopter.
Yeah, this is a police tear gas type weapon.
Front first.
We got some fragments from 40mm.
And saw the helicopters coming in.
But not tear gas, explosive.
They weren't shooting out front.
If you read the Dallas Morning News, you'll read about it.
The helicopter
also
came in the back and shot up David Koresh's room.
I'm working with the story right now.
Not shooting. They're still pulling up in the California.
I'm gonna check in radio.
Well,
6 Delta Force members died in the last week.
I hadn't heard about that.
Including Colonel Boyle here.
a half hour?
I got a syndicated radio show. I'll see you. I'm going to go get something done. Thank you for
I was just telling him how I first met Jeff Davis of the Jeff Davis Show. And he thought I was nuts, and of course he's right. But how Mike Hansen had overheard us talking, and Mike come to me and said he wanted to learn. And Mike's taken off like a duck to water, and he and Alex are together, so.
All I know is we're getting this built, we're going to build it.
Huh?
We're going to build this place.
By the hand of God.
Month of Sundays, but it
might.
might take a month of Sundays.
That's right.
That's right.
Might take 2 months
You
of
can call it
Sundays.
hand of God, you can call it whatever you want. I don't know what we're going to do.
All right, guys. Where are you putting your name at?
This is my name at Kate's Corner.
What are we building?
A church. A church.
For who? What is this, Jesse? Mount Carmel?
Yes.
Not so big.
That camera he's got, Dad, got night vision. You take the film at night too.
Hey, Josh, what are y'all using? Nails. Oh.
Go ahead, Josh. Put yours in there too. There's some handprints.
And are we supposed to use our whole name?
Yeah, just your first name.
I'm just our first name? Just our first
Steve,
name?
that's right, Steve Lane. That's Steve Lane.
Don't mess with it.
Steve Lane used to be on the.
How's it going?
On the something. They used to be on one of the shows we produced.
The Freedom Report with Alex Jones, then the Freedom Report by myself.
Then it became the Trailer Park Show.
Of course, well, now it's the Trailer Park Show, but then it was, what did we start it out as, Jimmy?
I don't know. You were in charge.
Not conspiracy debate.
And you didn't take charge very well.
Right? It was. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. It was originally conspiracy
I had to work.
debate, but then we changed it to Freedom Forum.
Freedom Forum.
That was it.
That was your idea.
And believe it or not, I had somebody. Well, I don't think Freedom Forum was my name. I think Mike Hansen thought.
Well.
But now I just stick.
It came out for the better.
Yeah, now I just stick up.
Trailer Park Show is a good show.
I think I watched it before on spring.net.
Yeah,
so,
10-4 and spring.net.
And there was a little.
Well, what did you think?
I liked it. I can't remember which episode I saw now.
Can I have a nail? Where's the nail?
You ain't seen them all?
No.
Here's Alex Jones. You burn it, we rebuild it.
I can't.
There it is right there. Look at there, folks. You burn it, we rebuild it. Right over the heart. Right over the heart.
Great job. Hey, aren't you supposed to be dumping some dirt?
Okay, guys, don't jump. He's gonna bang the door. It's the fun part. Hey, Sonic Boom! I warned you!